Good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome to yet another session on game theory. So in game theory, till now we have discussed about strategy. We have talked about mixed strategy. Whenever we could not able to establish the value of the game through a pure strategy, we apply a mixed strategy. And when we use a mixed strategy, we use probability to solve the problem. So whenever we are using probability to solve the problem, so probably we cannot use probability if we have more than two variables, either row wise or either column wise. So under such scenario, we are trying to solve the problem. Under such scenario, when we are trying to solve the problem, then we need to think beyond the graphical method, what we have discussed in the previous class. So if you remember, like whenever you get a problem, you can try to solve that problem by working on pure strategy, assuming that you will get the saddle point. In case if you don't get the in case if you don't get the saddle point, then probably you have to use a mixed strategy. And when you are trying to use a mixed strategy, the first possibility you need to see that is this 2 by 2 matrix. So first thing, you have to see that is this a 2 by 2 matrix. If you see this problem, this is 4 into 5 matrix. Okay, so this is nowhere 2 by 2 matrix. So whenever you could not able to solve it by pure strategy, the first thing what you'll see that is this can be solved by uh, is this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So if that would be 2 by 2 matrix, I could solve that problem by using mixed strategy, or I can use graphical method. But in order to use graphical method, if I want to use graphical method if I want to use graphical method, then probably the metric should be 2 into n matrix. The metric should be 2 into n matrix, or it can be m into 2 matrix. So if the given matrix is 2 into n matrix or m into 2 matrix, then you can solve that problem by using a graphical method. You can solve the problem by using a graphical method. So if the problem, if in the given problem the matrix given is 2 into n matrix or m into 2 matrix, then you can solve that problem by using a graphical method. Okay, so but under certain scenario, if you can see in the problem that the problem is not basically 2 by 2 matrix. The problem is not basically a 2 by 2 matrix where you can apply p1 p2 to solve the problem. Neither the problem can be solved by using graphical method. So whenever we can work on graphical method we can use if the matrix is 2 into n or m into 2 matrix. Okay, so then we can apply graphical method. So here we cannot use graphical method also. So then the given problem can be solved by using a dominance property. Then the given problem can be solved by using a dominance property. So then the given problem can be solved by using a dominance property. Before I talk about dominance property, before I'll talk about dominance property, before that we talk about dominance property. Before that, let's first try that is there any possibility of pure strategy or not. So what we basically do in pure strategy, we find the row minima from every row. So row minima from every row is 4, here 5, here 8, here 8, here 4. So this is row minima from every row. And then here column maxima from every column. So column maxima from every column is 8. Here this is 9. Here this is 11. Here this is 10. Here this is 10. So now what we do in pure strategy, we find the smallest element from all the column maxima. So the smallest element from all the column maxima is 8, and the largest element from all the row minima, and the largest element from the row minima is 8. So here, by seeing this problem, I can say that by seeing this problem here, I can say that the maxima of row minima, the maxima of the row minima is equal to the maxima of row minima is equal to minima of column maxima. So here I can say that the maxima of row minima or minima of column maxima, so here they are equal to 8. So here they are equal to 8, both are equal, means what do you mean, what that mean? That means that this 8 is the saddle point. This means this 8 is the saddle point, and that is your value of gain. And this problem is basically the problem of pure strategy. So this problem is basically the problem of pure strategy. So whenever you get the problem in game theory, whenever you get the problem in the case of game theory, the first thing you will try, that is this the problem can be solved by using a pure strategy. The first thing you will try is this problem can be solved by using pure strategy. So what you do for the pure strategy, you find the row minima of every row. You will find the minimum element of every row. Similarly, column wise, you will find the similarly column wise, you find the maximal element column wise. Row wise, find the smallest element row wise, and you will find the maximal element column wise. And then what you will do, then out of all row minima, you will take the element which is the largest one, and out of all column maxima, you will take the element which is the smallest one, and you have to make them equal. So if they are equal, then it is a problem of pure strategy, and this problem is done. So now no need to do anything else. I hope this is clear with everyone. I hope now no need to do anything on this problem. So now this is done. So you don't have to do anything. So this very easy problem here. In this problem, we don't have to do anything. So whenever we get the problem in exam, whenever you will get the problem in exam, you will get these kind of problem. So first, when you get these kind of problem, you have to see that is there any possibility of pure strategy to get this the solution for this problem or not. If this problem can be solved by using pure strategy, means the work is done. You don't have to worry anything. Is this clear? No, everyone understood this. So you don't have to do anything. So you don't have to do anything for this problem. In case if this problem cannot be solved by using pure strategy, then we try to learn in the mixed strategy how you can do it. Okay, the graphical method and all that what we used when it can't be solved by pure strategy. I hope you remember. So then in case now the same problem, if I go ahead and same problem, if I ask you like this. The same problem, if I ask you like this, suppose if I give you this problem, then this is 3 minus 2, 4, then minus 1, then 4 and 2, 2, then 2, 2, 6. Hmm. So this is player A, this is player A, and this is player B, this is player A, and this is player B. You have to use, suppose if I ask you solve this problem, suppose now if I gave you this payoff matrix, suppose there are two players are there, player A and player, and I gave you the payoff matrix of player A and player B. Suppose I gave you the payoff matrix of player A and player B. Now if I ask you solve this problem. Okay, so you solve this problem. So what you will do, you'll find the row minima. What you'll do, you'll find the row minima, you'll find the row minima. So the row minima is -2, -1 and 2, and you'll find the column maxima. So column maxima, if you will get, so this is 3, this is 4, this is 6. Okay, so out of all column maxima, you have to find the element, out of all column maxima, you have to find the element which is the lowest one. Out of all column maxima, you have to find the element which is the lowest one. Okay, and then out of all row minima, you have to find the element which is the largest one. Okay, then you have to see is they are equal. So if they are equal means then this problem can be solved by using pure strategy. But if they are not equal, then there's a problem. I hope you can see this. So suppose if I ask you this problem, so here you can easily understand that the maximal element of the row minima uh, is not equal to the minimum element of the column maxima. Because they are not equal means this is the problem of, because they are not equal, so this is the problem of mixed strategy. They are supposed to be equal. So if they are not equal, if they are not equal, if they are not equal means this is not the problem of pure strategy. What pure strategy means, when you, what is pure strategy? Pure strategy means whenever you get the problem on pure strategy basically means where they will become equal. Okay, so pure strategy means when your largest element of your row minima become equal to the smallest element of column maxima. So then the given problem is the pure strategy. If they are not equal, then this is a problem of mixed strategy. Okay, so if this is the problem of mixed strategy, now what to do? Now this is the problem of mixed strategy. I hope you are understanding. Now this is the problem of mixed strategy. Now this is the problem of mixed strategy. Now this is the problem of mixed strategy. Now what to do? So you cannot think of putting probability. You cannot think about putting probability. You cannot think on putting probability. So you cannot think on putting probability. uh, if you put probability, then it probability will not help you, because if this is, then if you use probability, it will be 3 into 3 matrix. Okay, if you think of putting probability, your equation would be 3p1 minus p2 plus 2p3, that is equal to minus 2p1 plus 4p2 plus 2p3, and then it is equal to 4p1 plus 2p2 plus 6p3. So so once it is once it has one, it is like this form. Once it is like this form, then you cannot we cannot solve it anyway. Okay, so if three variables are there, and if I get three equation, if I ask you to solve it, you cannot solve this problem like this way. So neither you can apply graphical method here, because if you, for using graphical method also, if you remember in the graphical method also what I taught you, in the graphical method also what I taught you, in the graphical method, what I taught you in graphical method, in the graphical method we make like this kind of line. Okay, so anything, we'll make p1 equal to 0 and p2 equal to 1 and p1 equal to 1 and p2 equal to 0, and then we'll try to solve it. So it doesn't matter, I can write p1 p2 or q1 q2, that doesn't matter. But in order to solve it by graphical method also, I there should be two variable, at least either row wise or column wise there should be two variable. Here also that is also not there. So so now you have to understand question like this. You have to understand a question like this. You have to understand that question like this. You have to understand that question like this need to be solved by using a dominance rule. So in exam, if you see the question paper also in your exam, if I open the question paper, 1 minute, if I show you the question paper also, Hmm. Where is the question paper? So this is your question paper. So if you open the question paper also for your exam, hmm, if you open the question paper also for your exam with regard to game theory, with this, like you can see this theory question came. What is game theory? Explain the assumption made in game theory. So how is it helpful for business? So theory part I have done already in the first class. Okay, so that is a theory question came. Then first year, then okay, you can see this question number third. So solve the following game theory using dominance principle. So they're given 4 into 4 matrix, and that we'll do tomorrow. How to do these kind of questions. So how to do means what? That only I'm doing today. So like you have to so in a game exam also they'll expect you to solve the problem by using dominance rule. So now this kind of problem, if you get this kind of problem will be solved by using dominance rule. This kind of problem will be solved by using dominance rule. So dominance rule, what to do in dominance rule? So in dominance rule, what to do? You'll find the row total. Find the row total. So if I do the row total, if this is 5, this is 5, and this is 10. Okay. So find the row total first. So if you want to see, I'm going to teach you now dominance rule. Very easy. So when we are using dominance rule, what you do when you have to use dominance rule, what to do? You have to find the row total. When you are using dominance rule, what to do? You have to find row total. Okay, so row total I found. Okay, then what to be done? So then what you have to do? You have to delete some rows. Okay, see, understand that you can see here that the matrix what you are seeing here, you can see this matrix is 4 into 4 matrix. You can see here this matrix is 4 into 4 matrix. You can see in this problem, question number third, the matrix is 4 into 4 matrix. You can see in this problem, this matrix is 3 into 3 matrix. So here you cannot use a graphical method or anything here. Neither you can solve it by using P1, P2. So what we do actually, somewhat we apply a rule, and so with that rule, we try to delete that rows or that column which are either dominating over the other or which are either dominated by the other. So the rule what we apply for the dominance. So when you are applying a dominance rule, so you have to go with as a statement that if all the elements so if all the elements of a row if all the elements of a row is less than if all the element of a row is less than or equal to if all the elements of a row is less than or equal to if all the elements of a row is less than or equal to corresponding elements if all the elements of a row is less than or equal to corresponding elements of another row if all the elements of a row is less than or equal to corresponding elements of another row, then then the then that row is deleted. So then that row is deleted. So if all the elements of a row is less than or equal to the corresponding element of another row, then that row is deleted. Or similarly, then if all the elements if all the elements of a column if all the elements of a column are greater than if all the elements of a column are greater than or equal to if all the elements of a column are greater than or equal to the corresponding elements corresponding elements, if all the elements of a column are greater than or equal to the corresponding elements of another column, corresponding elements of another column, if all the elements of a column are greater than or equal to the corresponding element of another column, then 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 that column is deleted. Okay. So here now, so what I mean to say that now you'll be getting confused. So what I mean to say that just compare one first row with second row. Just compare first row with second row. Okay. So you have to find just compare first row with the second row. So and so if I compare first row, suppose if I compare first row with the second row, I can, by looking at the total, I can find out the row which is lower one. So if I compare first row with the second row, suppose if I compare the first row with the second row, okay, now tell me, is there any row, tell me out of first row, second row, is that any element, is that the all the elements of first row is more than or equal to the all the elements of second row? So, or is that the all the elements of second row is more than or equal to all the elements of first row? Just do that. So you have to find that rows in that column where all the elements are either more than or either equal to. So what you have to do, you have to read this. So if all the elements of the row is less than or equal to the corresponding elements of another row, okay, so then corresponding elements of other row, then that row is deleted. So whichever row all the element is less than or equal to the corresponding element of other row, then that row is deleted, which is less. So if I compare row 1 and row 2, if I compare row 1 and row 2, here 3 is more than minus 1. Here 3 is more than minus 1. But then if you see this, the second element, 4 is more than minus 2. So, so here you cannot say that that row 1 all elements are more than row 2, or row 2 all the elements are more than or equal to row 1. You cannot prove that here. Okay, now compare row 1 and row 3. Now compare row 1, 3. Compare row 1 and row 3. So here 3 is more than 2. First row and third row compare. 3 is 2. Okay, then 2 is more than minus 2. So here also I cannot do this. Here also I cannot do this. If I compare first row and second row, if I compare first row and second row, 3 is more than minus 1. Okay, so then my 4 is more than minus 2. So I cannot establish relation between row 1 and row 2. Then I did row 1 and row 3. So if I do row 1 and row 3, then 3 is more than 2. But then 2 is more than minus 2. So here also I cannot establish the relation between row 1 and row 3. Okay, now see row 2 and row 3. So if you see row 2 and row 3, 2 is more than minus 1. Okay, then 6 is also more than 2. But 2 is not more than 4. So again, row wise, you cannot say that, you cannot find any row where all the elements are either less than or equal to the other row element. So row wise, you could not able to do that. I hope you understood. So row wise, I'm not able to do that. So row wise, I hope you can understand the English. So if all the element of a row is less than or equal to the corresponding element of other row, then that row is deleted. Means suppose like this, 2, 3 and minus 7, something like that. And the other row is 3, 4 or and so 8 like this. Now if you see this, now two rows are there. Here you can see 3 is more than 2, 4 is more than 3 and 8 is more than minus 7. So what we'll do, we'll delete this row. I hope you understood this. But here I cannot do that because there is no row. I cannot do that. Here I cannot do that because there is no row where all the elements of that row is more than or equal to the all the elements of other row. So because that is not there, so I cannot do that here. So row wise I could not able to do anything. So row wise, what you have to do, row wise, what you do, you have to check row wise, you have to check row wise, you have to check row wise, you have to check row wise. And if you found, if you found any row, you have to check row wise. And if you found any row, and if you found any row where, if you found any row where all the elements of that row, if you found any row where all the elements of that row, if you found any row where all the elements of that row is less than, if you check, you have to check row wise. And if you found any row where all the elements of that row, you have to check row wise. And if you found that all the elements of any row is less than or equal to, is less than or equal to another row, another row, then what you have to do, then you have to delete, then you have to you have to delete that row, you have to delete that row where where all elements, where all elements are either less, are either less or equal. So you have to check row wise. And if you found any row where all the elements of that row is less than or equal to the another row element, then you have to delete that row where all the elements are either less or equal. Okay, so now I hope this is clear with you. So this I could not able to do row wise. I hope, please see this again if you have any doubt. Compare row 1 and row 2. Tell me, is there any row where all the elements of that row is more than or equal to the other row? Or can you find any row where all the elements are less than or equal to any row? Okay, so see everyone. Now check column wise. Now check column wise. Now check column wise. Now check column wise. Now column wise, what we'll do? So we'll check column the way we check row wise. Now we'll do the same thing column wise. Now we'll do the same thing column wise also. Now check column wise, and if you found any column, now I'll check column wise also, and I'll see if I found any column. If you found any column where all the elements of that column, if you found any column where all the element of that column, where you found all the element of that column is less than or equal to the another column, was less than to another column, was less than or equal to the another column, then you have to delete, then you have to delete, then delete that column where all the elements are 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 greater than or equal. So if row wise what we did, row wise you have to delete that row where all the elements are less than or equal to. Okay, while column wise you have to delete that column where all the elements are greater than or equal to. So this is called dominance rule. So first you did row wise. Now you have to check column wise. So column wise you have to check that can you find any column where all the element of that column is greater than or equal to the other column element. So if you found any column where all the elements of that column is greater than or equal to the other elements column, so then we have to delete that column. Okay, so that work you have to do column wise. Okay, so we'll do this column wise. So for that, let me find the sum again. So sum. So let me find the sum. So sum column wise sum is 4 here, 4, this is 4, this is 4, and this is 12. So column wise find the sum. So 4, 4, 12. Now see if any column which is dominating. So the reason why I'm finding the sum, because through sum I can easily get an idea. Because of sum, through sum I can get an idea about column which is dominating. I can easily get an idea about which column which is dominating. So you can see this call. I can think this column 3 is dominating. So if you see column 3, 4 is more than -2, okay, but 2 is not more than 4. Okay, this is not working. So column 2 and column 3 is not working. Okay, let's see column 3 and column 1. So 4 is greater than 3, 2 is greater than -1, and 6 is greater than 2. See, guys, everyone, please see column 1 and column 3. Everyone, please see column 1 and column 3. If you see column 1 and column 3, 4 is greater than 3, okay, 2 is greater than -1, and 6 is greater than 2. So if you see column wise, 4 is greater than 3, 2 is greater than -1, and 6 is greater than 2. So you can see column 3, all the elements of column 3 is greater than or equal to all the elements of column 1. So what that mean? So it mean what that mean? So it mean what that mean? It mean that you have to delete the column 3. It mean that you have to delete this column 3. So column wise, when you see column wise, you have to find that column where all the element of that column is more than or equal to all the element of other column. So if you found any column like that, you have to delete that column. I hope you understood this. Okay, so you have to delete this column. You have to delete this column or delete this column. Is this clear, everyone? Can you understand this? Okay, everyone understood this? Fine. Everyone understood this? Anyone have doubt? Everyone understood this, right? So ultimately, what I'll do. So row wise, you have to compare one row with the other row. Row wise, you have to compare. You can row wise you have to compare one row with the other row. Row wise you have to compare one row with the other row, and you have to find you have to find you have to find that row which is being dominated by other row. So row wise, when you compare one row with other row, you have to compare one element with the other element. and you have to compare one element with the other element row wise. And if you found any row where all the element of that row is less than or equal to all the element of another row, then you have to delete that where all the element is less than or equal to. Okay, then you check column wise. Column wise you check column wise, and if you find any column where all the element of any column, if then you check column wise, and if you find any column where all the element of that column is greater than or equal to, you have to delete that column. So you have to check row wise, you have to check column wise. So what you have to do, you have to check row wise, you have to check column wise. So we have to check row wise, we have to check row wise, we have to check row wise. And if all the element, if all the element of a row, if all the element of a row is less than or equal to, is less than or equal to all the element, all the element of another row, then that row is deleted, then that row is deleted. Okay, then similarly you have to do the work column wise. So then you have to check column wise, then you have to check column wise. And when you check column wise, then if all the element, if all the element of a column, if all the element of a column is more than, if all, you have to check column wise, and you have to check if all the element of a column is more than or equal to, if you have to check column wise, and if all the element of a column is more than or equal to all the element of another column, of another column, then delete that column, delete that column. Okay, so you have to do row wise and column wise. You have to delete rows and column. You have to check. You have to do row wise and column wise. You have to do row wise and column wise, and you have to delete row and column. So that row you will delete. That row you will delete where all the element of that row is either less than or equal to the all the elements of another row. And you have to check column wise, and you have to check column wise, and you have to see if all the element of a column, if all the element of a column is more than or equal to the all the elements of another column, then you have to delete that column. So row wise and column wise you have to delete that. And ultimately what you have to do, you have to do something, somehow you have to make it into anything, either 2 into 2 matrix, or maybe 2 into n matrix, or m into 2 matrix. Here you can see. So if I delete this, if I delete this column, if I delete this column, if you see this, if I delete this column, ultimately if you see this, if I delete this column, so now it has become, now if I delete this column, now it has become what, 3 into 2 matrix. This what it has become, it has become 3 into 2 matrix. So because it has become 3 into 2 matrix, so now because it has become 3 into 2 matrix, now you can solve this problem, you can solve it problem by using graphical method. So let's try to use a graphical method to solve this problem. So let use graphical method to solve this problem. So now if you see this, now the problem has become this: 3 minus 1 and 2, and minus 2 4 and 2. So now this is 3 into 2 matrix. Now this is 3 into 2 matrix, and this is P1, this is P2, this is P3, this is Q1, this is Q2. Okay, now this has become 3 into 2 matrix. Now you can solve it by graphical method. So I can write my equation as 3q1 minus 2q2. Your equation is minus q1 plus 4q2. Your equation has become 2q1 plus 2q2. Now I can solve this problem by using a graphical method. So now I can solve this problem by using a graphical method. So I'll use graphical method to solve this problem. So now if I use graphical method to solve this problem, I hope you remember graphical method. When we use a graphical method to solve this problem, if I'm using graphical method to solve this problem, so if you remember what we do in graphical method, so q1 0 and q2 1, and here q1 1 and q2 0, q1 0 and q2 1. So q1 0, so put q1 0. So if I put here q1 0, if I put here q1 0 and q2 1, and here q1 1 and q2 0. So q1 0 and q2 1, then I'll get a value called minus 2. And here q2 0 and q1 1, I'll get the value called 3. And here if I put q1 0 and q2 1, I'll get a value called 4. And q2 0 and q1 1, I'll get a value called minus 1. Here q1 0 and q2 1, I'll get the value 2. Okay. Fine. So now I'll plot this in graph. So uh, this is q1 0 and q2 1. So this is, so here this is q1 0 and q1 0. So this is, put this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is, they should be in same line. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Now this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, this is minus 4, this is minus 4. Okay, so this is q1 minus 2, this is q1 0, this is q1 0, q2 1, this is minus 2, and this is q1 1, q2 0, this is 3, this is 3. Okay, so draw a line like this. Okay, then q1 0, q2 1, 4, this is 4, and this is minus 1, this is minus 1. This is minus 1. Okay, and then next one is 2 2 2 2. Okay. So what we do basically, if you see this problem, so if you see this problem, whenever your problem is like this, what we do, we follow mini-max strategy. If you remember, whenever you do like this, we follow mini-max strategy here. Why mini-max strategy? Because if you remember, column wise, we find the column maxima. Column wise, what we do, we find the column max. What we do, column wise, we find the column maxima, and then out of column maxima, you will take the minimal element. You take the minimal element of column maxima. Okay, so the same thing you have to do here. The same thing you have to do it here. The same you have to do it here. The same thing you have to do it here. So the smallest element. So the critical value here will be, the critical value here will be, critical value here. Here, what will be the critical value? So you have to apply the graph, and you have to apply the graph, and you have to see the critical value. So this both can be the, this point can be the critical value. So ultimately, if you see this, so your critical value, so these 2 points here, you're getting 2 points. This is P1 and P2. So both this point can be your critical value. So both this point can be your critical value. So P1 means, uh, P1 means what? 4 comma minus 1. So 4 comma minus 1. So so this P1 point you are getting. How you are getting P1 point? What is the coordinate of P1 point? P1 point you are getting with what equation? You can see these two lines. You can see these two lines. These two lines. So this is 1 minus 1 comma 4 and 2 comma 2. So this is minus 1 comma 4, 2 comma 2. So minus 1 comma 4, 2 comma 2. Okay, so this is P1 point, and P2 point. What is P2 point? P2 point is this. This is P2 point. So P2 point. So P2 point. So P2 point is uh, mm, this is 3 comma, this is 3 comma minus 2 and 2 comma 2. 3 comma 3 comma minus 2 and 2 comma 2. And so this is P2 point. So both will try to determine. So if I use probability, so this is P1, this is P2, this is Q1, this is Q2. So here I can use probability to solve this problem. So this would be minus P1 plus 2P2 is equal to, this is equal to 4P1 plus 2P2. Okay, so minus P1 plus 2P2 is equal to 4P1 plus 2P2, and where you know that P1 P2 equal to 1, P1 plus P2 equal to 1. So this will get cancelled only. So minus P1 plus 2P2 equal to 4P1 plus 2 P2. So if you see this anyways will get cancelled. So no, P1 P2 nowhere I'm getting the answer. So if I try Q1 Q2, so minus Q1 plus 4Q2 is equal to 2Q1 plus 2Q2. And so you can say that 2Q2 is equal to 3Q1. So Q2 is equal to 3 by 2 Q1. Q2 is equal to 3 by 2 Q1. So Q1 plus Q2 is equal to 1. So Q1, uh, so Q1 plus 3 by 2 Q1 is equal to 1. So this is 5 by 2 Q1 is equal to 1. So Q1 is equal to 2 by 5. you will get 2 by 5. So I can find q2 value would be 3 by 5. So then I can find the value of game. Then find the value of game. So the value of game, so the value of game here would be 2q1 plus 2q2. So anything I can use, so 2q1 plus 2q2. So if I apply that, so 2q1 plus 2q2. So if I apply that, so q1 plus q2, 2 by 5 plus 3 by 5. This is 2. This is your value of game. And this is 2. Okay. Now, if I use this, so this is P1, this is P2, this is Q1, this is Q2. Okay. So, if you do apply the value of game here, so again with P1, P2, it will be problem. So I'll apply Q1, Q2. So 3Q1 minus 2Q2 is equal to 2Q1 plus 2Q2. So you can say Q1 is equal to 4Q2. So Q1 is equal to 4Q2. No? So Q1 is equal to 4Q2. So Q1 plus Q2 equal to 1. So 4Q2 plus Q2 equal to 1. So Q2 is equal to 1 by 5. You get Q2 equal to 1 by 5. So then Q1 would be equal to 4 by 5. Okay. So then the value of game would be the same thing. So again, the value of game would be 2. So it doesn't matter what point I can take. In both the case, I'll get the same answer. The Q1, so the value of game is 2, and here Q1, Q2, here maybe the value of Q1, Q2 is different. Here the Q1, Q2 you got is Q1, Q2 you got 2 by 5, 3 by 5. Here 1 by 5 and 4 by 5 you're getting, but the value of game remains the same. The value of game you're getting is clear, right? So the value of game you're getting is 2. So this is the way how to solve these kind of problem. So we just took one problem today. So whenever you're solving the problem by using game theory, and uh, if it is not equal to 2 by 2 matrix, or 2 into m matrix, or m into 2 matrix, is if it is more than that, if you're solving a problem game theory, and if that is in the form of m into n matrix, where m and n are more than 2, then the only possibility to solve the problem is to apply dominance rule. So you'll delete that row where all the element of that row is either equal or less than the all the element of other row, and you delete that column where all the element of that column is more than or equal to all the elements of other column. So that column will be deleted where all the elements are either more or equal to the elements of other column, and that row will be deleted where all the elements are either less than or equal to all the element of other row. So that once you delete rows and column, ultimately you have to convert that problem. Ultimately, you have to convert that problem either as 2 by 2 matrix, or either in the form of like this 3 into whatever m into 2 matrix, or 2 into n matrix. And then by using graphical method, we try to convert that given problem into 2 into 2 matrix, and there this then we'll get the answer by using probability. So this is what the dominance rule is all about. Okay, so this is the way how we solve the problem by using dominance rule. Okay, so Shruti, send me the attendance. Shruti is there. Shruti, Priyanka, anyone is there? uh, Send me the attendance. Clear, everyone? Anyone have any doubt? Hmm. Okay, guys, anyone have any doubt? Clear, everyone? Fine. So I hope everyone has understood whatever I've done for today class. So it's time to wind up the class. So anyone have any doubt? Anyone want to ask anything? Anyone want to ask anything before I wind up the class? So I assume that everyone has understood everything. So it's time to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you, everyone. See you then for the next class. Bye.